everybody. One of the girls posted that she would like to see another show and tell of what I've done since the last one we posted. And so I have 10, 15, 20 quilts here that I thought I would show you what I have been doing since the last video, okay? So this is this year's Block of the Month sampler, which I'm just handing out the booklet to everybody. It's not really a block each month, it's you do it at your own pace. Some of the girls are doing one block each month, but this is the Harmony sampler by Nancy Rinks Designs, and I used it, I tweaked it, and so you'll also get my pages along with her book on showing you how to do this one, but it really does make a beautiful quilt. And I've also got another style of it that you can make. I haven't made it yet, but it is a lap size or twin size quilt that you can do if you don't want to do the center and applicate. Okay, so this is Buttercup. I got this pattern fat quarters, and they are called Buttercup, and there's just with a beautiful line, and I wanted to try and design a quilt using the yellow and blue fabrics. It's a really fun one. It's just a simple little block here, little squares here, if they're folded corners, half squares, nothing hard on this one at all. The border just really makes a fun design to it. So this one was done with fat quarters, and then I did another one with one main fabric and 4 accents, mainly because I only had fat quarters and I couldn't find yardage of the 2 prints, or the 2 accents. But this one is also the same pattern, Buttercup, but it is done with one main print for the stars and then your accents. I have 2 that are darker and then 2 that are lighter in the border, but you could certainly use all the same fabric for the chains. But just a really fun pattern.
I know this one. Come, baby.
Okay, so this one is called Silver Jubilee, and this one is the wall hanging, and then there is a queen size, well, 90 by 90 size that goes with it, the pattern. But these are the new fabric Silver Jubilee from Maywood that I got fat quarters on. This one has some yardage involved in it, but it is such a beautiful, beautiful line that we had to find something to do with it. So then it also came with a set of fat quarters that I got. The panel came with a set of fat quarters, and so this one is the panel pattern, and I'm calling it New Panel Pattern.
Does it make any difference which way it goes? No.
Oops. There we go. So this one uses the Tri-Rex ruler for these guys here. Very easy. They're just the Tri-Rex, and you sew them together in pairs. Press them the way I say, they butt into each other. And it's just a really fun way of showcasing a panel. It comes with 2 different sizes. A pattern comes with 2 different sizes of panels, 23-inch panel or 26, which is what this one is. This one
is another monster.
Is another big one, yes. So this one is called Jane Star. One of my friends sent me a picture of a quilt. She says, can you figure out how to make this? And of course I tried. And so mine's a little different than the one that she sent me. This one is made up of large 8.5-inch diamonds, cut 8.5-inch cut diamonds. And on here there's a template piece that you need to cut these guys with, unless you have the 8.5-inch diamond ruler by Krista Mosier. Also, so that I didn't have 16 fabrics coming together in the middle, I appliqued on these diamonds to each of the larger diamonds, just so that I only had 8 points instead of 16. So that's the queen size. This is the wall size. And this pattern will be on Etsy probably tomorrow. So this one is the wall size. It is 48 by 48. And on this one, again, I did the same little applique in the middle, but this one you don't need a template template plastic for. I have a different way of doing the 2 split diamond unit there. That's called Jane Star. this one, we're kind of calling it Whiskers, and you'll see why in a minute. This is the first one I did, and this one is using fat quarters. They're both using fat quarters. And it's just a really fun little thing. We strip piece these guys, cutting them this way and that way, and so you get all these different pieces out of your strip sets. And we're calling it Whiskers. Then this is kind of why we're calling it Whiskers. Everybody said this looked like cat faces. This one has to have the outside border put on it yet. I just got this one done this week. And so everybody said this one looked like little whiskers on a cat. So, yeah. And again, fat quarters. I wanted to figure out what to do with ombre fabrics, and so this was kind of one of the things that I had in mind for a long time to do, and so I thought it would be a good one to do with the ombre. So there's 1.25 yards of green, blue, red, and purple, and so the lights come out of the middle, the darks come out of the outside edges, and then the block is reversed here, right there. So you get you use pretty much all of the 1.25 yards. On this one, it was just a fun way of trying to show how to use an ombre fabric. But then I had these fat quarters left over, or left from another project, that I had 4 shades of each of the 4 colors. So this one is using fat quarters. There are 4 shades of 4. So, and this one I put on the black background. And I just think it came out so dramatic. These were such beautiful textures on these fabrics. They're called Cocoa from Michael Miller. And this one is written and ready to be. I think it's on SDR already. This one is called Lexington. Again, it's a beautiful line of fabric. I think it is called Lexington fabric from Maywood. And it had all these beautiful prints and everything. And I just thought it would be pretty if we took the 6.5-inch square and then added our background pieces and then framed it out in the same print again. I used the same border idea that I had on Buttercup because it's just really a dramatic border. And it also used the leftover pieces. And so it's kind of a woven star kind of thing. They kind of weave in and out of each other. But it's just a really fun one. But again, I can't do just one. So this was my Christmas quilt this year. And so this one is, I quilted this one. It's got Minky on the back. And so this one has 1 main fabric, and then there are 8 fat quarters, which produce this star and this star. So there's 2 different star color combinations. But it just makes a really pretty design showcasing those main fabric. And it's not hard. This one is using a light and a dark of 8 color families, so 16 fat quarters. And it has the light center with a dark outside, and then there is one with a dark center with a light on the outside. So they reverse each other so that you get to use most all the fabric. And then the binding is all of the leftover strips pieced together. So it's going to be really pretty when I can find time to quilt it instead of coming up with new ideas. This one I started a long time ago, but I just set in the box unfinished for a long time, so I decided it was time to get it finished. And this one is called Scrappy Path, and it is using a pack of 42.5-inch wide strips. And it's just very colorful, happy quilt. Folded corners, half squares. This one is called Elegant Diamonds. I have posted this one on Facebook, and it's a really elegant looking quilt using the Harlow line from Northcott. And there is yardage involved in this one, not fat quarters, so it just makes such a beautiful, it had this beautiful border stripe that went with it. that I just had to do something with this line of fabric, and these diamonds were really nice and easy to do. Again, I really recommend the Krista Mosier's 8.5 inch clear view ruler, diamond ruler. But again, can't make just one, so I wanted to see what it would look like without a border stripe. And so this one is using the dragonflies from Timeless Treasure, and then I pulled in the colors from the dragonflies, and I just, fun, something different, something fun to play with. This one is an older quilt, but I wrote the pattern, but I wrote it for a different way of doing it, and I will show you why in just a sec. So this is called Rainbow Stars, and that's my pattern. It comes with a 6-inch star and also comes with a 9-inch star. But when I started to make this, I just really didn't want to have all these half squares that are in this one. So I came up with, I thought, a better way of doing it. So this is done with folded corners. So you have a rectangle with your 2 folded corners here, and here, and here, and here. So it is a half seam construction in the middle, but then you also have a 9-inch block, which just makes it so much fun, so easy to do. It's a great way of doing the Friendship Star. This one is Diamond Path. And this one is done with a packet of 10-inch squares or fat quarters. And it, again, showcasing some beautiful prints and then using the leftovers of the fabrics in the piece border. I don't have the other version because it's at the quilt shop, but this one is called Swirling Diamonds, and it is having 4 shades of 2 colors. There's 4 shades of green and there's 4 shades of red. And they make the diamonds that go around this really pretty Christmas print. The other one is using totally different colors of fabrics, and it looks totally different, purples and greens, of course. But it really is fun. Not hard, not beginner. At Christmas time, I also came up with a new table runner pattern. And so this is the table runner here. And then to go with the table runner, I made placemats, which are very, very easy, very simple to do, and it's just a fun way of having a coordinated thing. And so the girls really had a lot of fun making these at Christmas time. And then I did a tree skirt. And so this is the Christmas tree skirt that I did. That is, I'll let you kind of help me hold it here. The button came unbuttoned, hold on. We can button this real quick, it'll hold together better. Oops. There we go. So it is using 2.5-inch strips, but not a strip set, because I wanted to have the same colors on both of the directions for it. So you can kind of see it's just a really fun way of doing it. There we go. So this one is one I made for my sweet little granddaughter, who is in he's 2.5, and she's in a big girl bed now because Ava needed the crib. And so this one I'm calling Free Spirit. I'm using all the storybook fabrics from Maywood, and it just came out to be a really fun using fat quarters. And there, Mary had a little lamb and little Bo Peep, all of Mary and Alice in Wonderland, all the fun little fabrics. And then I got all the leftovers for the border, for the binding rather. And it's just a really fun one. I've got another one that I want to show you, but it's on the wall in my design room. So this is the other version of Free Spirit. And this one is using a packet of 10-inch squares. And I just thought it would be such a great way of using up those 10-inch square packs that we buy and don't know what to do with. And I'm going to have cornerstones. I'll be the background in here, and then the borders. So it's just going to be a really fun pattern, a very easy quilt to put together. So that's it for now. I just wanted to share what I've been working on. Hope you guys are having fun, and hope to get together with classes real soon. Bye-bye. I help her.